Hi, I'm Kelly Galbraith, and here I am in St. John, New Brunswick, self-distancing myself and trying to keep occupied. Well, my friends, this is a little podcast series which I call Serendipity, and hopefully we'll all be out and about, as we say down east, very soon. And if our wishes come true, there won't be that many episodes. This episode I'm calling COVID-19. This is the first time in living memory that entire countries have engaged in social distancing or the practice of self-quarantine. We may think this is pretty novel, but if this podcast found itself zipping around in space in a time capsule and future beings opened it up, I dare say they'd scratch their heads and wonder, which quarantine is she talking about? It's not the first, and it won't be the last.
Ring around the rosy, pocket full of posies. Ashes, ashes, we all fall down.
I sang this nursery rhyme as a kid, and I bet you did too. Little did I know, clutching hands and skipping around in a circle, that I was singing about the Black Death, which cut a wide swath in Europe from the 14th to the 17th centuries. The ring on the skin was the first sign that you were infected. Bad odors were thought to carry the plague, so people held flowers, aka posies, up to their nose. And doctors wore those face masks that looked like birds' beaks filled with flowers and herbs. And sneezing, atches, atches! You drew the short straw and you were going to fall down. The Grim Reaper was coming to collect you. I have two songs I want to play for you in this podcast. It's like two sides of a coin that show how really we're no different than the civilizations before us. The first is a dance macabre or dance of death. I see pictures on social media and the news about people heading to the beach, heeding no warnings of social distancing. Cries of fake news or it isn't going to touch me. As ridiculous and selfish as it seems, this is nothing new. As early as the 15th century, if not before, artists depicted grinning skeletons kicking up their heels in a jig, leading by the hand the newly departed in their dance of death. It was an equal playing field. It didn't matter if you were royalty or a gravedigger. No one was immune. And it wasn't just the skeletons that danced, but party revelers who thought, what the heck, I'm going to go. I might as well enjoy what little time I have left. Musicians and composers provided a soundtrack to their grim reality. Here is a medieval dance tune. Just a wee bit of a medieval dance tune, a somber one at that, reflecting of those revelers in medieval times that didn't practice social distancing like some of the people today. Now, I promised two pieces, and here's the other flip of the coin. Just a few days ago at a news conference about COVID-19, our Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, was practicing social distancing as he was talking to the reporters, and he said, "Together, we are mobilizing all of Canada to fight the spread of the virus." And basically, he was telling us, stay home. If you stay home, you'll be safe. Looking through my well-thumbed diaries of Samuel Pepys, I found his quote of April 30th, 1665, 355 years ago. "Great fear of the sickness here in the city. It is being said that 2 or 3 houses are already shut up. God preserve us all." And on June 14th, 1665, Pepys wrote, "To bed, being troubled by sickness, and particularly how to put my things and estates in order in case it should please God to call me away. The town grows very sickly and people are afraid of it." Those words could have been written yesterday. People are afraid of it. They're afraid for their pocketbooks. They're afraid of the world changing. Matthew Locke, a Baroque composer, English Baroque composer, set a couple of lines from Lamentations called, "How doth the city sit solitary?" When I listen to it, it does remind me of the cities around the world now that are solitary. People are in their homes, sitting and waiting for this to pass. That was an excerpt from Matthew Locke's piece, "How Doth the City Sit Solitary," performed by the Monteverdi Choir, conducted by Sir John Eliot Gardiner. Well, that brings me to the end of this first episode of Serendipity. I hope you enjoyed it, and come back for episode 2. Stay well, stay safe, and happy social distancing till we meet again.